is freedom, money's not happiness, you know? So it's temporary in my opinion. So I would base it on morals, standards, values.
He's gone through some things that, maybe the media doesn't know about. And I can say that I am one person that he doesn't pick up the phone and he calls. So there's some things, kind of personal, but
when he go his dad, he don't be doing all that. And I don't know if it's because he's a man, but he don't be doing all extra find out stuff with him.
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly in turmoil after his own family members allegedly exposed him in connection with a staggering $402 million fraud case. Amid the controversy, his longtime girlfriend Gallian Nabila has spoken out, emphasizing that money is temporary and cannot buy happiness. She values moral integrity over wealth, highlighting that true fulfillment comes from meaningful relationships and personal values, not material possessions.
I mean, honestly, more than anything, money is freedom, money's not happiness, you know? So it's temporary in my opinion. So I would base it on morals, standards, values, how they are as a person, where they come from, their family, how they were as a child.
How long do you think a woman can last in a relationship that has no romantic side to it, just strictly transactional?
Depends on the woman and how she carries herself.
Floyd Mayweather's daughter has reportedly broken her silence amid the $402 million fraud allegations surrounding her father. In a recent live video, she appears emotional and distressed, expressing concern over the situation. Her reaction highlights the personal toll the scandal is taking on Mayweather's family.
When he go his dad, he don't be doing all that. And I don't know if it's because he's a man, but he don't be doing all extra find out stuff with him.
Floyd Mayweather's ex-partner and mother of his children, Josie Harris, once expressed profound concern over his transformation, stating she never imagined he'd change so drastically over 21 years. She hinted at deeper issues surrounding Mayweather that remain hidden from public view. In a 2014 interview, Harris described experiencing anxiety at the thought of seeing him, underscoring the emotional toll of their past. Their son, Karan, also recounted witnessing a disturbing incident involving his parents, reflecting the family's internal struggles.
he's gone through some things that, maybe the media doesn't know about. And I can say that I am one person that he doesn't pick up the phone and he calls. So there's some things, kind of personal, but I have seen him overcome some things, and he actually has helped me with a lot of things as well.
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle and former trainer, has expressed confusion over Floyd's recent lifestyle choices. He noted that Floyd's pattern of purchasing buildings and diving into various ventures seems chaotic. Jeff admitted that he doesn't understand Floyd's actions anymore, highlighting a growing distance between them. He mentioned that Floyd's current circle has become more like his family than his actual relatives, indicating a shift in Floyd's personal relationships.
I have no idea. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much. So we don't really get a chance to talk very much. And so I don't really know what's going on with him. I know he's doing things that, to better his life, like, buying homes and buying, different things. And so, I don't know exactly what he's doing. So, I haven't seen him in quite some time. And I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know.
Floyd has always prided himself on being his own boss, making his own deals, and signing his own checks. While this independence served him well in boxing, it hasn't translated effectively into the business world. In finance, relying solely on oneself without advisors can be risky. Floyd's approach has led to questionable investments in financial decisions that have attracted scrutiny.
Floyd Mayweather, after the Aaron Chambers fight, went to Monaco and put 11 million on black. 50 million on black.
Everyone earns their own money. You do what you want with your money. Right?
Yeah.
But to an extent, I don't respect it because you're someone that's in such a seat of influence. Especially when we were younger. We used to
look up to Floyd.
And what's he teaching the guys coming up? Spunk your money on
casino, dumb shit.
Work so hard to get it and then throw it away in the casino. Like, come on, man.
That's the thing. It's like that lifestyle. Floyd is not. One thing he keeps coming back doing exhibitions and that, bro.
True.
Probably, I don't think Floyd. Don't get me wrong.
I think his level of broke is our level of rich.
Joe Rogan has openly criticized Floyd Mayweather's financial habits, particularly his tendency to neglect tax obligations. Rogan emphasized that such negligence could attract the attention of the IRS, leading to serious legal consequences. He pointed out that regardless of one's wealth, failing to meet federal obligations can result in significant penalties and legal scrutiny. This warning highlights the importance of financial responsibility and the potential repercussions of overlooking tax responsibilities.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You could sell those.
Floyd's lavish spending is well documented. Reports indicate that he once spent $5 million in a single week on buildings and a new jet. Such expenditures have raised questions about his financial stability and priorities. Critics argue that these actions are more about maintaining an image than sound financial planning.
Motion of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me, there was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching this sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And it's going to, and I understand the argument for those who want to may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains, Floyd Money Mayweather and all of his accomplishments and all of the great things he's done inside the ring, however, it seems to be playing the same tune or acting in the same movie of a lot of boxers that make a lot of money and just go on a spending spree with it and fucking, you know, end up broke in their later years, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you think of some of the greatest boxers through the eons of time.
Floyd's relationships with his family have also been affected. His father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., expressed disappointment over how fame and wealth have changed their relationship. A simple conversation about a car escalated into a heated argument, leading to a serious falling out. His uncle Jeff also noted the growing distance, stating that Floyd's current associates have become more like his family than his actual relatives.
We had, at one time, we was coming up, we have never had an argument in our life. Me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about? Man? I'm just saying, you know, and we never had no argument. All of a sudden, I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. It is what it is. Sometimes, you know, hey, when people get, it ain't about me training or anything like that, people's getting money, man, things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. You know, if sometimes when people get money.
Floyd's financial dealings have come under intense scrutiny. He has been linked to a $402 million fraud scheme, with reports suggesting that his claims of owning 62 buildings were exaggerated.
Yes. But he's just flaunting, as you said, he's flaunting his opulence. He's also flaunting basically his middle finger at the IRS. You cannot do this. No. You will lose. This is one foe you can't outrun or outdance or outsmart or play defense on. You just can't get away with it. You can try for a while, but the clock is just, that meter is just running and running and running, and it's just going straight up. Interest and penalty. Yes. As we speak, another day just passed, another interest penalty.
Business Insider revealed that he only had partial ownership in these properties, leading to accusations of dishonesty. Floyd's personal relationships have not been immune to the fallout. His daughter, Iana Mayweather, reportedly broke down emotionally amid the financial chaos, expressing concern over the situation. Her reaction underscores the personal toll the scandal is taking on Mayweather's family.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like, you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Floyd Mayweather, often hailed as one of boxing's greatest talents, has also been a figure of controversy, particularly in his post-retirement years. While his in-ring prowess is undisputed, his off-ring endeavors, especially his exhibition matches and extravagant spending, have sparked debates about his legacy and financial acumen. After retiring from professional boxing in 2017, Mayweather ventured into exhibition matches, facing opponents like Logan Paul and John Gotti III. These bouts, often criticized as money grabs, have been labeled as rigged by some, including fellow boxer Oscar De La Hoya, who expressed concerns over their impact on Mayweather's legacy.
Yeah. That's the shot. But you know what it is? I think obviously with Floyd, he gets the biggest percentage of the purse, isn't it?
Yeah, but he can still get the biggest percentage of the purse.
Yeah, but Ricky Hatton's going to want more. He'll want more.
He'll want more.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when they fought in their heyday, Floyd got more.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know what I'm saying?
No, but Floyd wants like 95% more. 90% more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like...
He's like 95.5. Yeah, that's how he likes to do it, isn't it? Because I'm not going to lie, if Floyd fought Ricky, both of them now, catch weight, 154, O2 Arena, it will sell out.
It will sell out. Will sell out.
Mayweather, however, defends these exhibitions, stating that they are a means of creating wealth and legacy. He compares his post-retirement activities to those of business magnates like Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett, emphasizing the importance of financial success.
Why has it always come to money?
Why not? I mean, everything you got on costs money. Everything you do costs money. You can't take your wife on a date for free.
Is that how you measure your success?
No. Me, I'm loyal and honest. And I'm a good person. And I call a spade a spade. Money don't make me, I make money. And without money, I'd be the same person. I fought so many fights for free.
Mayweather's penchant for luxury is well documented. Reports indicate that he once spent $5 million in a single week on properties and a private jet. Such expenditures have raised eyebrows, especially considering his history with the IRS. In 2015, the IRS filed a lien against him for over $22 million in unpaid taxes.
How do you explain all that? How did that happen in your life?
Well, things happen. I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know, in my children's life.
Despite these financial challenges, Mayweather has continued to flaunt his wealth, often showcasing his luxurious lifestyle on social media. This has led to criticisms that he prioritizes wealth over legacy, with some questioning the sustainability of his financial practices. Floyd Mayweather, once the proud owner of multiple promotions and his own company, now finds himself entangled in financial turmoil. Reports suggest that he was detained in Dubai over unpaid debts, leading to widespread speculation about his financial stability.
Well, in today's news, they're trying to convince the public that Floyd Money Mayweather is broke. All right. Oh, successful boxer. Do you want to know how to be woke? Do you want to know how we think? Well, sit down for a second and let me help you out, okay? This is how we interpret the situation. First of all, why are you telling the public his financial information? Why? What's the reason? Let's start there. Nope, let's put a pin in that, okay? Now, who is he? Floyd Money Mayweather, okay? Successful boxer. 50-0, undefeated. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. He fought a little bit more after that. But 50-0. Let's just go there. All right? Very successful. Most highly paid boxer ever. Okay? So, he's dumb, right? Oh, he can't read. Oh, that was funny. Remember the 50 Cent jokes and whatnot? Because, you know, they got into it because 50 wanted to be a part of, you know what I'm saying, starting up the company or whatever. The whole thing went however it went, right? But Floyd Mayweather ultimately didn't need his help to do that. So Floyd Mayweather did it on his own. Mayweather Promotions, his own company, right? That he owns, okay? So he not only has his own company, or has had his own company while he was promoting all of those fights, but look at his fight selection. He chose to fight Mexicans and or Hispanics on or around Cinco de Mayo every year. Cash cow genius. That's why he money.
This situation has raised questions about his extravagant spending habits, including purchasing buildings and a new jet within a week, which have come under scrutiny for potentially exacerbating his financial issues.
I'm speechless if this is true, but Floyd Mayweather is held hostage in Dubai. Devontae Davis suggested this, who I believe is signed under Floyd Mayweather. Then Floyd responded back of posting a video of Tank dancing on his IG, saying, "We always knew he had sugar in the tank." Like, actually, that's insane posting this online. I'm not even kidding. And then Tank went on his IG story to say this.
You owe them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them to get on live right now. And you owe people in Saudi Arabia.
And Floyd responded back saying he should fight Shakur instead. I have no clue what is going on with this beef, but they're basically saying that Floyd Mayweather is broke and owes people money and he's hiding in Dubai. I'm actually speechless if any of that is remotely true, but I kind of can see that coming. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like 2 years ago, said that Floyd is actually broke. And it low-key might be true, but we'll see what happens.
Floyd Mayweather's journey post-retirement paints a complex picture. While he continues to amass wealth through exhibitions and investments, questions about his legacy and financial decisions persist. His story serves as a reminder that the pursuit of wealth, when not balanced with thoughtful planning and consideration of personal relationships, can lead to unforeseen consequences.
This all I hear every day. Oh, I'm getting money. I'm getting money. You know who I am? My name holds weight. Okay, all that's cool. But why are you tripping about spending $20 or $50 to get in the strip club? If you're really getting money like that, you're not tripping on $20 or $50. It's just a drop in the bucket. Me, myself, I got a staff, I got employees I got to take care of. And if I let everybody in for free, I'll be out of business. You guys don't trip when you go out and buy them high-end cars. You don't trip when you buy the European clothes. And you don't trip when you buy them high-end watches. So why are you tripping about spending $20 or $50 just to get in the gentleman's club?
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.